Hi guys, it's Nicole Costa, and I want to discuss holiday stress today. A lot of times, the holidays as a child were so magical, and you couldn't wait for Christmas Day to open your presents. And it seems like somewhere between childhood and adulthood, we become so stressed out over the perfect holiday, providing the perfect holiday for our kids, our spouses, our boyfriends and girlfriends. And there's so much stress involved now that it becomes very easy to turn to food because it's readily available everywhere you go. And a lot of times I think we blame it on the food, but really it's our stress and our management of our emotions that cause us to overindulge. So I think if we manage our feelings, it would be a lot easier to manage our food intake. So let's get down to the root of our feelings first. A lot of times many of us feel stressed. We feel fear, anxiety, depression sometimes. For a lot of people, this might be the first Christmas that they're celebrating without their spouse. Maybe they've just split up. Maybe you've lost a loved one. Or maybe you're just trying to keep up with the Joneses. Maybe you're competing with somebody, trying to have the best dress at the party or the best lights in the neighborhood. Those things are exhausting. And when we have those feelings, brewing inside of us, what do? We grab at all the things that are around us. Chocolates are everywhere, cookies are everywhere, cakes, you name it. Every temptation you can imagine is there to comfort us. But instead of finding comfort in food, let's try to enjoy the food for what it is. And I'm totally not telling you to restrict from food at the holidays. I don't believe in that. But I also don't think you have to accept everything that's handed your way either, nor do you have to reject it. Just be mindful of what you're accepting and eat it mindfully. Enjoy every bite. If it's your grandmother's best pie that you love, enjoy that pie. Enjoy it in silence. Get somewhere that you can actually savor every bite, and don't rush through it. Savor those things. I think the first thing in learning to enjoy the holidays is identifying your triggers. I personally have in the past struggled with food obsession, food addiction, and an eating disorder. Mostly at the same time, right? Because they all go together. And so I know what kind of stress can build up during the holiday season or any celebration where food is involved, because someone who is scared of food or excess food is stressed out when you're presented with that opportunity. So if that's you today, I understand, and that's why I do these videos. I remember feeling in October the stress of leading up to the holiday season because there was going to be an abundance of food and what was I going to do. But it was when I learned to identify my triggers that I was able to manage my indulgence, my overindulgence, and excessive eating, and actually to enjoy the treats that were offered. So I think that in identifying triggers, the first thing you need to do is look for patterns. What is the first thing that maybe causes some anxiety during the holiday season? For me personally, it's social gatherings, to be honest. Holiday parties really make me anxious. I don't enjoy large groups of people. I'm kind of on the shy side. I'd much rather be one-on-one with somebody than in a large group. So for weeks in advance, I can work myself up over this, and it's very easy when I get stressed about it to grab for a cookie that's lying on the table or reach for something, to comfort me when it's really not comforting. It's just adding guilt, because I didn't want to eat it in the first place. I was just not dealing with the emotion of anxiety that I was feeling over the party. So look at those things. Is it that your budget is tight? Is that a trigger that might make you overindulge? A lot of times we're spending more than we have to try to have this perfect holiday, but that causes, anxiety in our lives. Maybe it's that you've lost a loved one and it's a depression issue that you're feeling, and to fill the void, you're consuming foods that are just available. Maybe you have extended family visiting from out of town, in-laws, or maybe people you don't actually just get along with in general. That can cause anxiety and cause you to overeat as well. So I would say, identify those things so that you can deal with the actual emotion rather than eating your feelings. Because that's what I think we do a lot of times, is eat our feelings away. Or try to, because they really don't go away that way. you're only, repressing that and suppressing that for a later time when it's going to erupt anyway. So you might as well just deal with it, get it over with. Again, identify those things, and then you can move on to finding a better solution. And here are some things that in my past have really helped me during the holiday season or any celebration time, birthdays or anything that I was stressed about that was upcoming.